How do you want it? How do you feel? Come lime with us, chill the night, hang it out for real. Lime with us. We
Ah,
back in town. We back for one more special.
yeah.
What you got for us tonight? We got
So
some. We got a lot of videos coming out. A lot of videos. So we're gonna keep bringing them. We're gonna keep
exactly.
bringing them.
That's what we're gonna do. So that's Mr. P. I'm Mr. 12. And tonight we're gonna be talking about that boy Puff Daddy. We was actually it came across. I didn't get to watch it in its entirety, just kind of seen the video. I just want to go over this one live. So this was one of the
Okay.
segments I want to do was Suge Knight. He was on Chris Cuomo talking about some of the stuff with Puff Daddy. And also is the next one that just came up was Fonzworth Bentley. That was the personal assistant for Puffy,
Yes, yes,
you
that was
know.
his personal assistant.
So some of his stuff came up, and I wanted to kind of go through, and that's kind of our show for tonight. We're going
Okay,
to
cool.
dissect a little bit of Suge Knight, listen to it, then go into Fonzworth Bentley.
All
Which one
right.
we gonna start with first?
Um, let's start with Farnsworth.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was saying.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
start with Farnsworth because there's things I've wondered what happened to him. I've heard speculations. I heard
yes.
family now. So I'm interested, and I've heard a few Suge Knight stuff over the past couple of weeks. So I haven't seen this one yet. This is brand new, right? Today?
Yes. I guess I'm hoping. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's brand new because I haven't seen that one. But yeah, let's do this other one first. I'm intrigued about this Mr. Bentley.
Definitely. You gonna run it or you want me to run it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and run it.
All right, cool. There we go.
Former assistant, Fonzworth Bentley, just pulled up with some wild receipts on Diddy's parties, and it looks like some of our favorite artists might not be as innocent as we think. It turns out that not only are the feds after Diddy, but they might just be after his celebrity friends as well. And Fonzworth is more than willing to testify to things that he saw. For years, folks have been wondering where Fonzworth disappeared to, and why we haven't heard much from him. Well, judging by the stories he's spilling now, it's starting to make sense why he went ghost, cause he's got a lot to say. You know how we've been hearing rumors about Diddy's wild parties for ages? Turns out, Fonz is here to tell us those parties were even crazier than we thought. His eyes saw some next level madness, way beyond what we'd heard before. And now, he's ready to spill tea on Diddy like we've never seen. And the tea is spicy. Somebody needs to turn this whole Diddy saga into a full-blown series. Because not even the best scriptwriters could cook up the level of drama we've been getting these last 10 or 11 months. Every time we think it can't get messier, a new wild plot twist drops, and the chaos just multiplies. We've all heard the whispers about Diddy's wild parties and the craziness that supposedly goes down, right? But up until Cassie, nobody came forward with their whole chest to spill what really happened behind those velvet ropes. Well, that's all changing, because Diddy's former assistant, Fonzworth Bentley, just unloaded some major tea about what he witnessed while working for Diddy. And honey, it's insane. So, to kick things off, Fonzworth spilled that his relationship with Diddy went way beyond just being his assistant, like Diddy tried to claim. Nah, Fonz said he wasn't just running errands. He was Diddy's stylist, teaching him how to act like a gentleman, basically a lifestyle coach. Oh,
Wow.
and he also dropped the bomb that he was Diddy's because allegedly Diddy was
Whoa,
if you
whoa,
catch
whoa,
my
whoa,
drift. At
what is
this
that?
point, we really gotta
What was
That was
that?
that was too much. I don't know. It was blurred out. It was blurred out.
Whoosh squash, whoosh squash? Like we're like they could have at least put in a few words. They bleeped everything out like beep. Like
Yeah.
said right there.
Yeah, it's left up for the imagination, but I run it back.
That's too much imagination.
Yeah, man. Well, you could only imagine based on the activities, So, hey, they don't have to say it for you to fully understand.
You gotta really listen. Like play it back a little bit.
Yeah.
gentleman, basically a lifestyle coach. Oh, and he also dropped the bomb that he was Diddy's because allegedly Diddy was, if you catch my drift. At this point, we really
No, we
gotta ask
don't.
why Diddy always seems to have some type of situation with the young men around him. I mean, it's not just Fonzworth. Lil Rod had things to say too. And don't even get me started on the mess surrounding him and Usher, cause that's a whole other can of drama we can't even crack open right now. We're here for Fonzworth's tea, and woo, it's piping hot. Fonzworth first caught everyone's eye back in the early 2000s when he started rolling with Diddy as his assistant. And let me tell y'all, the girlies were in a twist over him. Chile, that man was fine, and on top of that, he had impeccable style, which just made him even more irresistible. Turns out, Diddy didn't just hire him to grab coffee and run errands. Fonzworth was brought on as a wardrobe stylist and assistant because Diddy was in desperate need of a rebrand. At the time, Diddy was fresh off being acquitted of charges after that infamous nightclub incident with his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, and his artist, Shine. Shine ended up getting a 10-year sentence for his involvement, and the streets were buzzing with rumors that Diddy might end up behind bars too. But while Diddy beat the case, he took a huge hit in the media. People were dragging him left and right, and his image was a mess. That's where Fonzworth came in. He got Diddy suited and booted, helping him step up his style game and look dapper in no time. During this time, Diddy also decided to switch his name from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy, which is why his enemies still love to call him Puffy whenever they're trying to push his
Every
buttons.
time he go through
Just
some
like
stuff,
50
he changes his
Cent
name.
Rebranding, everybody do it. They got coaches out there that protect your image, and that's one of the strategies. You know, it's branding. We do it as people every day. You know, when you're going for a job and you're trying to make it up to that next level, you wear different attire and you put yourself in better light so people could see you more. So true. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Let me run it.
when he feels like Troll Diddy. But back to Fonzworth, who was really putting in work. Y'all definitely remember that legendary photo of him walking around with Diddy, holding an umbrella. That shot is still a vibe to this day. Thanks to Fonz's influence, Diddy's image started to turn around, and over time, people stopped focusing on the reasons Diddy needed to revamp his reputation in the first place. One thing about Fonz is that he wasn't just coasting, he was sharp. He recognized that working with someone as big as Diddy was a huge opportunity, so he kept his eyes open and studied how Diddy handled the business. He took all those lessons and used them to fuel his own career moves. He was so close with Diddy and his crew that they even gave him the nickname Fonzworth Bentley, because his real name is Derek Watkins. Gene Deal spoke about how this nickname came about, and this is what he said.
You got a lot of people, man, that's wondering why Fonzworth Bentley, why he hasn't came out and defended Diddy. They was real cool at one point, so.
Well, I was there when Fonzworth Bentley got his actual name. It was me, him, Tony De Niro. Puff was upstairs. They was trying to figure out, he had became Puff, one of Puff's personal assistants. Everything that was supposed to be in order, that was Fonzworth Bentley's job. When Puff has to go to restaurants and places like that, he made sure everything was straight with that. And he had another assistant too. Fonzworth Bentley was his personal assistant, put out his clothes, told him what he should wear, all that, like a stylist and personal assistant all together. So we was in front of the house, and this dude, Tony De Niro, he played guitar in that Bad Boy for Life. Black dude, not the white guy. The black dude who played the guitar, that's Tony De Niro. So Tony De Niro was like, yo, we got to think of a name for you, man. And if you're going to be his personal assistant, we're going to try to make you like Bentley or either Fonzworth or either Bentley. You got to have that kind of persona. You got to dress all the time, be neat, and the whole 9 yards. And then the dude, Derek, was playing with him like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know how to do that. I could be over the top. He was acting like that.
From there, things only got better. He co-wrote multiple tracks on Kanye West's Yeezus album, including certified gold hits like On Sight, Black Skinhead, I Am a God, and Hold My Liquor.
He wrote music too?
Huh? You got background noise.
Yeah, that's me. You can hear me now better.
Yeah.
He wrote music too.
Well, it's all in what you considered music.
Well, no, they just said he wrote a couple of songs for people.
Right, but think about it.
Well,
If he got
songs. I
money,
mean songs.
right, but think
Yeah,
about it. If
but
you
I didn't know he was like he wrote it. Not like he took it from somebody. He wrote songs for people. That's what they said. I didn't know he did that. I just thought he was just a puppet or whatever. I'm serious. We all saw him like he'll wipe stuff off of Diddy face when when it missed somebody else's, but nobody ever really took him serious.
okay.
Like, do you remember him when he was around Bad Boy and all that?
Yeah, I remember him. That's how I know him. It's like, everyone was trying to be like him for a while. Remember, he was kind of like the first Kanye. He was the first person that came out with that, that uptown clothing type, posh.
Outcast was out there too.
Yeah, but their style was slightly different. They kept it hood though.
'Cause with no Andre and them,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
They
kind
kept
of
it
like
street though. They kept it street. He was more preppy. Andre and them, they came up, they were clean, but it was a different,
no, Andre now though. Andre now and him is kind of they kind of
Yeah.
similar. But yo, that's something I didn't know before.
Yeah. I give it to him. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we can't forget his involvement in Obama's iconic 2008 Yes We Can campaign. Fonz was on a roll and unstoppable at that point. But just when his career was taking off, Fonzworth suddenly dipped out of the industry, moved to Atlanta, got married, and settled into a quiet life far from Hollywood. Now, before y'all come for me, I know plenty of folks prefer a private life over the limelight, but I just don't think Fonz was one of those people. I mean, he chased his dream for so long, only to walk away just as he was finally making it. Yeah, that math ain't adding up. Well, Fonzworth has finally broken his silence and revealed the real reason he left. Allegedly, Diddy made him his and Fonz got tired of living
Come
that way.
on, man.
Chilly, I wish I could say this is shocking, but with all the wild stories and tea we've heard about Diddy these past few months, this just slots right into the madness. According to Fonz, Diddy was allegedly pretty much forcing him to be his just like he's supposedly done with other young men who looked up to him. And that's not all. Fonz claims he witnessed a lot of activities at Diddy's infamous parties. And let's just say it was all very NSFW. Whew! From the stories Fonzworth is telling, it sounds like the feds still don't even know half of what really went down at these parties. And that's honestly terrifying. I mean, the stuff we've already heard is wild. So can you even imagine what else is hiding behind those closed doors? Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. According to Fonzworth, the final straw for him was when Diddy allegedly planned to give him the Lil Rod treatment, meaning he was about to pass him out to his industry friends. That's when Fonz decided enough was enough. He left Diddy and the whole Hollywood scene behind, choosing to move to Atlanta to protect his peace and start a family, away from all the madness. What's even more interesting is that Jaguar Wright also shared her two thoughts on this, saying,
Yeah, that was it, man. But that was very insightful. We learned a couple stuff about Fonzworth Bentley,
Yeah.
how.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't know he wrote for, and it was actually for artists that they actually made it on albums.
Yeah,
which
he's a
is
smart cat. He's smart.
pretty dope. Well, here's the thing: a lot of times people get to Diddy with so much ambition and different things they want to do, and then he takes them and turns them into what his
He wants.
imagination is.
Yes.
And they never develop because do you know Cassie signed a 10 album contract with Bad Boy?
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of what
Yeah,
he was doing to pull her in.
damn.
She did I think one album. She might have did two. Her first album was good, but at that time they weren't,
Yeah.
involved. But I did know he moved to Atlanta and started a family. I knew that much. I wish I could find out what the beep is because they did a lot of beep. You know, they didn't
It was
even like
you could hear it. It's
it
sex
did.
slave or whatever.
No. I want to hear the words to be sure.
Okay.
All I heard was "Woo." So I'm gonna assume the worst happened, but he
Yeah.
did it. You know, he didn't want to be passed around, so that's why he left. But he was on his way though, because he had got really popular.
Real
And,
popular.
and it see, I wonder if somebody passed him off to Diddy, and that was probably the ritual thing. You make it through Diddy, because I'm gonna go left field on this for a second,
Mm-hmm. Go
but
full steer.
there was an episode of The Apprentice, right, where Trump was interviewing this woman that worked there. It was a girl, and when she said, "I work for Diddy," and Trump was like, "Oh, that's a good guy," and she basically got in, like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like when I look back at it now, I really start thinking about, their connections that's there that we don't know about.
But true. But it's like how much people get job because I know
Yeah,
you.
of course,
And
of
that's
course.
that's what it is. I don't think there probably is much there, but it's like if I know you and you know someone else, you get in because there's a connection there. You can kind of hold somebody accountable.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
But that's pretty jaw dropping.
yeah, definitely. I think more you're gonna get. We're gonna hear more from him though. I think that was only like a drop in the bucket because
Well, I
he,
wonder if he spoke to the feds, because he's from from what they say, he's talking and
yeah.
he's singing, and he's basically saying, because he was around for 10 years, at least it was 10
Mm-hmm.
years plus. So within that time he was very close. So just like Little Rod, when Little Rod filed his thing, he was living with Diddy, I think, for 7 months. Because and Gene Deal even mentioned, he said that wasn't unheard of.
Yeah,
Like if you were working on an album, you'll kind of stay there and hang out and just like pretty much, because you ain't got to worry about eating and stuff. You just eat, you in the house.
yeah.
So instead of you being somewhere and yep, you come over, eat, make the album, get a whoosh gosh, and then you know, you just you go to Diddy house, you cannot drink anything. You can't even brush your teeth.
Damn. Damn.
Like think about it. What do you when you go to Diddy house? What are you asking for other than the remote? You can't get no soft drinks. You can't eat no edibles. You can't put anything. You can't even let anything sticky touch your skin, bro.
Oh my
You can't
god.
even do that. Like, nope, I don't want no band-aid. Let me bleed out. No, bro. Nothing at your house is safe. Nothing. Think
Oh,
about
I wanted to add on to that, right? So let's put this question live. So in the community tab, Pete asked the question. You remember your question? Pose your
it.
question. Hear from the guy. Let him go see in the community tab.
Yeah.
Let's see, because
Uh,
I think a couple people
But it
voted
was
on
like,
it.
whose house would you rather
Yeah, who house would you rather sleep in or stay at?
yeah, Bill Cosby or P. Diddy? Yeah. We all voted. I think it's 100% the last time I checked. Make sure
Yeah.
y'all go and vote.
Yeah, so go to the community tab, go to Line with Us community tab, and hit which one would you rather stay at, Puffy house or Bill Cosby house? So if you had to spend a night
Freaky
at
ass.
One of them.
Boy.
Which one would it be? I said,
Yeah,
Bill Cosby. I
and
said that.
that's only because we're men. It hasn't been proven yet for a fact.
Yeah.
And at
But let's
least you
get
know
back.
what. And then
Go
the
ahead.
thing is, um, nah, I was gonna say at least Bill is kind of gentle. You know, with Diddy, you're waking up with massive pains.
Hello.
You know.
Good morning. We've been waiting. Hello. Yo, that song hit different now. You know what I'm saying? The boys coming dancing. Hello. Man, you don't even know what happened. Them boy wake up. Damn. Good morning. I'm happy to see you.
Hey, that's crazy, man. Let Fonzworth, hopefully he gonna speak his truth, because I'm sure he got a lot of abuse.
True. I was gonna say, what if he's one of the people in the indictment, in the not the indictment, in the lawsuit out of Texas, because they
Nah,
had to have a strong.
nah, he's not in there.
Okay, he's not. Okay.
Nah, no celebrity is involved, as far as I know. Allegedly,
Yeah.
no celebrity is really involved, but there's been a lot of celebrity kids that's been speaking up on different, things like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out,
Okay.
at some point. But I say within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will see a lot more lawsuits come out. Another one just came out yesterday against Young Miami, I think.
Yeah,
And
but
she's named.
I don't think she got much to do with it. I'm saying that. I'm just
No,
speaking on my
no,
own sense.
no, no.
What she do?
Allegedly, she is Diddy's handler. And
Meaning,
she was also named in the Little Rod lawsuit as well. She's been named in at least 2 lawsuits that we know about, where she was the one that helped him like get through it.
facilitate,
That one.
facilitate, and set up and organize.
Right, right. And it was people. I think one woman got pregnant, and she never even remember having sex with the dude. She passed out, and
Boy,
then
hey,
the lady
that's a 50 Cent song.
make her.
Get a baby by me, boy. Be a millionaire. Yo, I be dancing. Hello.
Yeah, but what happened was she was dancing hello, and next thing you know, she had a miscarriage.
Damn.
Well,
Damn.
that's the thing. They beat it out of her. Yeah, it was some crazy stuff that went on. So it's like he was a monster, man. He was a monster. He still is a monster. He still wasn't. So we're gonna segue from one monster to an ex monster who's now serving. What, he got life?
I don't know. But he's gonna shed more light on what
Yeah.
it's like to be at
I
one of
mean,
these
he's
parties.
he's singing like a canary in a bamboo.
Is it a singing like a canary if you're talking truth? Because people get the lines misconstrued.
Well, here's the thing. When you're the big machine, you control everything in that realm, no matter what you're doing. If you're the biggest movie company, if you're biggest music company, if you're the biggest podcaster, you're more believable. You can tell a story and everybody would believe. So we, especially being on the East Coast, especially when the East Coast West Coast rivalry went down with Pac, Biggie, and even after that, the imitation that they left us of Suge Knight was that he was a gangster, drug dealer, thug. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It was it
Someone
was
not to mess
pushed.
with.
It was pushed like that. So we didn't really. But the thing that we didn't really understood was, why was these people working their way towards him? You know what I'm saying? Like even as they were saying certain bad things about him, Pac went to him, Dre went to him. You know what I'm saying? Snoop went to him. All of them got with him and formed the label and things like that. And it's like now where we're finding out a lot of things that took place. He wasn't him. It was the diddler doing a lot of shady stuff behind doors. Like that whole hip hop West Coast, East Coast thing was perpetuated by Tupac. I mean by Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Even when he got this cat to do the song "Who Shot You" and all that stuff. And
Okay.
he was doing it to help boost record sales because you got to remember he had just started a label, Bad Boy Entertainment, and rap wasn't really like top. And then the thing was too, I think at one point he almost came close to signing Tupac too. But the biggest thing about this whole thing that we found out after that surprised me that Biggie was leaving the label.
Okay, I heard that before.
Yeah, like literally, I heard Gene talked about it a lot more, and that gave me more clarification. But I did hear about that back in the day. But like I said, when a lot of information's flying around, you don't really know what's what.
Yeah, what's true. Yeah, because they were
And
so close.
do you remember there was I think it was the Source Award or the BET Awards, and it was in New York, and I think Bad Boy got a award and all that stuff, whatever. But Snoop and I might be Pac, they won an award, and Suge Knight went up there to accept the award, and he was saying any bad boy,
Yeah, I
any
remember.
bad boy artist or who wants to come work for a real label
Yeah,
don't want the dude all they don't want the dude just
all that
all
singing and
singing in
dancing.
your video, and they
Yeah,
want to. And he was able to pull away a few artists. I think Mary J ended up going to work for him. I can't remember who the others were, but I think it did backfire. You know what I mean? And apparently, from what I'm finding out now, is Suge was actually a decent dude. He was, I think, Bobby Brown's bodyguard at some point, but he
okay,
knew cats in the industry because he played football.
okay.
Yeah, he played football. I'm not sure if he made it to the NFL. I mean, I'm sure they all try out, but yeah,
Yeah,
he was a ball player.
nice,
So
nice.
yeah, I'm gonna let you take away on this one. I yapped enough. Let me drink some water
Nah,
and mind it.
nah,
Let
you
me
always
drink some water and mind my business.
Now you had to, clarify some stuff, man. So we're gonna go hop right into the Chris Cuomo and Suge Knight conversation. Should be interesting. Oh, before we even get into that, hit the like buttons, do the YouTube stuff, so it could go out to the algorithm, Here we go.
Hey, I like to say this too, real quick. You got a woman that works for you is really incredible. You don't find too many people.
I thought you were about to
really
implicate
have
her
a
in the
business and
investigation.
a lot of-
I'm just glad you're not implicating Dusty in the investigation, Suge, because I can't take that.
She's not in the investigation.
All right,
but what I
good.
want to do for her is, I got to do this for her, but I want to turn her on to this clothing line called Girls Mondays to Sunday. Girl Monday to Sunday, and I'm definitely gonna look out for it because I buy a lot of for a lot of people from that place. But look, what I was basically trying to say is this: I respect your show and respect what you're doing, but the most important thing is there's got to be a solution, because this has been going on in the industry for a whole bunch of years, for decades, and at the same time, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it, history will constantly
Repeat itself.
repeating itself.
Now, Suge, you said something
Now,
early
Definitely.
on that I want to get clarification for the audience, Suge. You said early on, you can't just look at Diddy in isolation. You said this was done to him. He learned from others, and it was done to him, and then he did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about abusive situations, hurt people, that someone was sexually abused, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting? about Sean Combs that he was sexually abused and he now sexually abuses?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think he repeat what was done to him. And like I said, if you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rail, you know the truth. Clyde Davis, you know the truth. Jimmy Iovine, you know the truth. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling or dead before the truth come out.
Do you believe
I think
that
the truth needs to be.
Do you believe that Diddy is in danger in prison? And do you have advice for him based on what you just said?
Well, the first advice I have, I don't never want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that. Because once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal to himself, harmful to himself, once they put him on suicide watch, you have the rights to nothing. No socks, no drawers, no T-shirt, no blanket, no sheets. You so naked in a cell as a crazy man. So he definitely don't want to do that. And the other advice I would tell him, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. They're going to come hot, they're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
What about people trying to hurt him?
Go to jail. One of the things is this. I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment. If somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves, they're going to actually do it. Or if they can do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves. But we also got to learn. We got to learn from our mistakes. Everything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we sign up for in life. So if I sign up to be a football player, I knew I'm going to get hit and I'm going to hurt some others too. I signed up to be in the music business and the entertainment business. If you fight for right and being a black man, there's certain things you got to look at for the challenges. If they can't take the money from you, they take you from the money by putting you in prison. That's a fact. In Puffy's situation, he should go and get his time out the way. Not no life sentence. If he can get a lesser time, he should jump on it because he had a great run. I'm in prison right now. I had a great run. So I don't go mad. I don't wake up mad. I've been locked up for 10 years, and I ain't had a bad day yet. And it's a lot of things we can do to help each other, and it's never too late for.
So earlier you was asking the question, how long, like, what's his sentence like? So he's currently serving 28 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter after 2015 hit and run. Damn, you know what's to live your life and go to jail for a damn hit and run?
Wow.
So they
caught him on a charge that they weren't even expecting.
Exactly. So he did 10 years. So he got somewhere like 18 more years to go.
Wow.
But you see, this is the question we was asking. Do you think he's going to make it out? And I think Suge Knight just shed some light on it. Yes, he could make it out. Because that's what Suge is doing.
But I think Suge wasn't on the same level though. Suge didn't have people hiding behind him. He wasn't involved in a lot of chaotic things.
True, but what I'm trying to say is a crime is a crime, and once you do your time, and you get out. It's like this.
Okay, so let me ask you this: the worst happens, he get guilty. He's guilty. Yep. What's the most amount of time you think he's gonna get?
Well, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Like if you found the case to be whatever, and you know
Yeah,
he's guilty,
comparable,
do you
compatible.
think he's getting 100 years? Do you think he's getting a couple of life sentences? Like, what do you think that
No,
is?
no, I don't think so. Let me tell you, with this case, and the
Uh-huh.
level of money and the people and connections, even though with Epstein, I don't know what happened with Epstein, Bill Cosby, but there's more people out there. If Epstein
Of
took a
course.
hit and he went down and none of those other ones got out, they're trying to get to other people.
Of course.
So I think they're going to give him a plead or something and lessen his time. It's like this, man. I don't want even want. It's like this. Martha Stewart went to jail for what you call it, not to bring her up and tie it,
I
and
know she
nothing
did.
with, you know what I'm saying. But look,
I
she was
I
able to come out and rebrand herself.
but I don't think I don't see him coming out, because when you
Okay.
listen to we did the live stream last night of the lawyer Bigby coming out with the 120 people. When you look at the things that he was doing, it proved that he was a predator, and he was drugging so many people that didn't know that there's no way they're going to put him back out on the street. No way.
Hey,
Like,
one
his lawyers got to do some jumping, tripping, and something, but there's no way I could see them releasing him back to the public.
trust me, that
Like,
boy.
there's a hotline set up. They've got
Yep, it's my
almost
hotline, but it's like this. I'm not a lawyer, anything like that. I think there's a strong possibility this man is going to be out. This
okay.
man is going to be out. Trust me. He going to be out. He going to be out.
Yeah, let's we got more of this video left.
Probably like 2 more minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, now that's us to have a voice. Let's use our voice. I had told Puffy a while back. I told TD Jakes a while back. Come on, collect calls. We can politic. Because one thing for certain, one thing for sure, he's just not going to walk away with one scratch on it.
Do you
think like that?
Do you think that Diddy?
He can do so.
Do you think Diddy knows enough that it's a very delicate balance, that maybe investigators will want to know these other names and greatly reduce his exposure to criminality, to time, versus what people would do to keep him quiet?
Good thing.
Number one, I've been knowing him a long time, and we was friends. We're not enemies, but we were friends. He's not a dummy, so he's smart enough to work his magic. On top of that, this man right here, he been involved with the FBI and
That
both
answer
his
your
career.
question.
It's not like he don't have no moves.
Yeah.
So I don't think nobody should just count him out. I don't think he gonna lay down and just crawl in the corner and die. He probably going through a lot of shit right now because he probably going through a lot of withdrawals for the drugs. But the industry
Yeah.
got him on drugs. And see, they do these things to take control. They're not doing. There's nothing wrong with being gay. If you choose to be gay, that's your preference. But they're doing this to people for control. It's a power situation.
Suge,
And they've been having the power of the yes.
I appreciate your perspective on this, and I just want to get something very clear, because if what you're saying is true, and I'm not questioning your credibility. I can't assess it.
True.
I don't know. So
Right.
then he's got people who are the biggest names in the
Well,
business
if you could,
who
I ain't
helped
trying
him.
to cut you off, but if any of those people I mentioned don't have no drinks and don't do no powder with them, you'll find out. I don't want you to be right.
Well, listen. I mean, look,
No,
the job is to ask
that's good.
questions of people in power. They answer how they choose.
That was it. They got more of it, but what do you think about his snippet right there?
Well, Suge's been speaking out for the last, I want to say, couple of months. He's been since they've been allowing him to be on some of these podcasts, and he's been speaking about Diddy, and they've been telling the type of person he is.
Yeah. This wasn't the damning one. He the next one explains the validity and like eggs and how they would test people and oh man.
What do you mean test them?
All right. So let me see if I can pull it up.
You said testing. What do you mean by test them? Like
So
to see if
we'll
they will
surprise you.
see if they'll play the games?
So 1 second.
Is this like what's that movie there? Is this like not Hunger Games? What's the one with the Korean one there? Where everybody died, well, unalive people in the game.
1 second, 1 second.
Just drew a blank. This is crazy. This is the diddlers everywhere. Like he's gonna break everything around it. How long was the interview? Do you know?
Oh, this is a full interview. 1 second. We're gonna have to scrub through this one, but let me go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they took out the juicy parts.
Yeah, that was the first one. I thought it was in there too, but let me go here. Share screen. This is what we do at Lime with us. We, make it happen. Entire screen.
I don't see it down there.
1 second. There we go. So we're gonna scrub through this. Let's see. It seems like this is a full one. I had played like 3, 4. Oh, I gotta control it over here.
For people who have done a little bit of homework and know who you are, why should they believe you about what you think and feel about Sean Diddy Combs and any allegations against him, given your history of animosity with him?
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you and nobody else getting nobody to believe anything because these guys, they call it the boiled egg test.
Oh, so that's you right here. Hold on. So let's go back here.
Nose.
Well, first of all, you got to start with.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Starting with your top. Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell, Jimmy Iovine.
Damn.
If you take Jimmy Iovine, you get an allegation from him, same thing, he went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy. They speak about what they see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes.
Now, when you talk about the tapes,
but this been going on for a long time.
Hold on, Suge. Help us understand, because a lot of this stuff is a little inside baseball for people, right? Because they don't live the life, they don't know the world, they don't know the players.
Telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's just a recording from the prison. That's just saying that they record it, which obviously they do. Suge, help people understand. What tapes are you talking about? Who has them? And what kinds of things do you think they show?
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice, their second choice. I wasn't their choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'll go back there and they'll be like, hey, will you pass the test? I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood.
What?
Everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second,
but
Suge.
you just look.
Suge,
you got to do.
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume.
God damn.
I haven't heard that before,
Okay,
but you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there for this.
Whoa.
Everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry.
Yo. He wow. He just named a couple pastors and preachers and
Who do you think he talking about?
Jakey boy. Right?
Let's see. I'll run it back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna name names, but we could always kind of figure out who the suspects are. Go ahead, run it.
Video?
Let's stop for a second. Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there for this proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry, not for the people who don't get in. So everybody, you gotta look at it like this. When you see a beautiful woman or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. If you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time. Before they had the E6 and lip sticks and nose sticks, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young people with no confidence because they've been that way all their fucking life. So all of a sudden, if you look at Puffy old pictures, don't look nothing like his new pictures.
That's true, yo.
But Suge, just because he has plastic surgery, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're wrong about rich people doing stuff to their face or whatever it is.
Did he had surgery too?
The allegations that are coming down on him.
I'm talking about rich people. I'm talking about the difference. I'm talking about, okay, look at it like this. I look at real plain and simple. Ain't no whistleblower. Facts is there. But right now, I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him. You're right.
Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective.
Hey, I like to say this too real quick. You got a woman that works for you is really incredible. You don't find too many people.
I thought you were about to implicate her in the investigation. I'm just glad you're not implicating Dusty in the investigation, Suge, because I can't take that.
She's not in the investigation.
All right,
but what I want to do for her is, I got to do this for her, but I want to turn her on to this clothing line called Girls Mondays to Sunday. Girl Monday to Sunday. And I'm definitely going to look out for it because I buy a lot of shit for a lot of people from that place. But look, what I was basically trying to say is this. I respect your show and respect what you're doing, but most important thing is there's got to be a solution. Because this has been going on in the industry for a whole bunch of years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it, history will constantly
repeat itself.
itself.
Now, Suge, you said something
Now,
early
boy,
on that I want to
yeah,
get
boy.
clarification for the audience, Suge. You said early on, you can't just look at Diddy in isolation. You said this was done to him. He learned from others, and it was done to him, and then he did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about abusive situations, you know, hurt people, that someone was sexually abused, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting about Sean Combs, that he was sexually abused and he now sexually abuses?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think he repeat what was done to him.
That's actually
like
right.
Said, you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rail, you know the truth. Brian Davis, you know the truth. Jimmy Iovine, you know the truth. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling and dead before the truth come out.
Do you believe
I think
that
the truth needs to be...
Do you believe that Diddy is in danger in prison? And do you have advice for him based on what you just said?
Well, the first advice I have, I don't never want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that. Because once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal to himself, harmful to.
So that was in the first thing. So what they did was they cut out that segment in the one we just watched. That's pretty much what they did. They cut it out.
And that's a pretty important part.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that earlier. Does he make it, you know?
Yeah. Well, the part with the egg, they cut out that graphic scene.
Yeah. I think I might have heard that before. I'm not sure if he told it before or whatever, but yeah, that's one of those stupid hazing rituals that's just doesn't make any sense.
And listening to him, right? I'm gonna go on my little soapbox right
here. Go ahead.
Is what I'm picturing is it's a bigger fish, and it's one of those things where, like they're saying, abuse people that were abused.
Yes.
Hurt people. And just because he was a victim, that might be an scapegoat for him. Let's think that. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
If he was a victim himself, he could cry wolf.
You could say that.
You remember, and we were talking about that. Hurt people.
Yeah.
He would, because you look at it, you see
so
it.
If he's able to tell his story.
Yep.
What is that story? What's happened to him?
It's pretty much a confession, but also saying, hey, this was done to me. It's what I know. That was my lifestyle. This was my reality. It's like, it's one of those things where I don't know the right words I could say because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not any of those things. But
he definitely started out way back. I think before that, I've heard other gripes and talks about it, but he definitely got groomed somehow. But I just don't think. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I'm not sure if it was to the extent that he has become what he was doing.
Trust me, that's what people do. That if your parents whoop your butt, they whoop your butt and they tell you, hey, get in line. When you get kid, that's kind of how you do. But with times have changed. That's how West Indian people, beat them, But now it's like it's full part. You're not supposed to hit your kids. Now it's a gentle, but if your kid get out of line, the cops could shoot him or beat him or take him away from you. So what's the alternative? Don't touch him, but you got to talk to him sternly. We know that never worked.
I'm wondering how much does the rugs have to do with it, because it seemed like his abuse was just above and beyond. It wasn't just, and it was to everyone. You know what I'm saying?
True, but that's more of a cult, man. Some of this stuff. I never mention it, but some of these things that they're talking about are cult-like behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's been doing it for what, 31 years?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could say that. So, is that what the RICO charges come in, right?
Yeah, RICO, sex trafficking.
So he pretty much created an environment or a business
to perpetrate it, to keep it going,
Right.
But that's
Exactly.
the only thing I can't get on board with is, how do you take abuse of people and continue to do it? You get what I'm saying? How? It's like, they said 3,000 people called in.
Yeah.
3,000. How is like this? It's
And
I don't
they did
care.
turn a few away. They
Yeah.
did mention that they vetted them, but there's more that's going to come out within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's just that they have to sort through the files and get everything verified before they can file it,
And
And
you know how much people that is displaced? You
oh
know how
yes,
much people that is displaced, man?
oh yeah,
Oh man, change their trajectory in their lives.
a lot. It
A
definitely
lot.
changed. It hurted a lot of people, changed a lot of people, affected a lot of people, and that's why they said the most talented people aren't in Hollywood. The most talented people aren't making music. The most talented people aren't doing a lot of these things because they're not ready to sell their soul.
Yeah, I get you.
And a lot of it you'll see, like you'll find so much better underground music now than you do mainstream. It's insane. I don't know if it's because we're in a different age group now where we go looking for the music and you find it and it's like, oh, it's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
If if once you get away from this industry stuff, a lot of the new stuff is just, I wouldn't say it's trash. It's art from a different form. Just because the kids are making music, we shouldn't say it's trash. They're expressing themselves in different way. Is it my cup of tea? Probably not, but it's definitely not what we grew up on or what
Yeah.
we were used to. But times are changing.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
And
Question I was going to ask you is, who were some of the pastors that were not praying, but
on their knees, I
yeah.
would think it's TD Snakes.
Okay, okay.
I'm not sure who the other ones are. It could be did you Google that?
Nah, not yet. I'm trying to.
I didn't hear anything about pastors. Anybody in here? Drop it down in the chat. Y'all know anything about any pastors at Diddy parties other than TG Snakes? A lot of people stepping down. But it's crazy, man. And you know
Yeah.
what? Sure, it's like now that I hear Suge talk a lot more, I got a different perspective on him, seeing a lot more things about him because we were led to believe he was just a bad person from the jump.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of like for instance, Diddy got big fast where he kind of just took off and got propelled ahead of everyone. And he was kind of like that person that came up on the black side of, I wouldn't say hip hop, but music period. Like it was who they put to lead the rap hip hop community.
Yeah.
They gave him a label, you know what I mean, which was different from Def Jam. Because Russell built that,
Yeah.
from the ground up. With friends, of course. But Def Jam wasn't like a thuggish type of label. Like Bad Boy came in with a different demeanor. They were raw. They were, because from what they said, um, Puff was trying to start the label over at, was it a Jive? Was it Jive Records they were at? Or Uptown? I think it was Uptown. He was trying to start the label there with Big, but they didn't want Biggie. They didn't know how talented Biggie was, so he was able to go start his own label. And well, of course, Clive and all these guys had something to do with it. I'm sure they passed him around. Allegedly, did he? Diddler. Allegedly. Yeah.
Damn.
You gotta be careful what you say because I'm not sure he might be at the door. It's like you can't say Candyman 4 times, 5 times, something like that. You say the diddler 3, 4 times, and he'll just appear with a bottle of baby oil. And just be and just be ready. Just be like, take that, take that.
Hello. Good morning. You know I've been waiting.
You remember they used to play that on the radio every morning on
Every morning, bro.
Yeah, it was a pop song for a while.
Yeah, man.
I mean, when you look at the catalog, the Bad Boy catalog, it's pretty it's tough. You're talking about from Mary J all the way up to Mace to Loon to there's a lot of artists that came through
Rob,
Bad Boy.
Craig Mack.
Yeah. 112.
112. Yeah.
Faith.
Loon.
There's a couple
Shine.
more. Yeah, there's a couple more in there too. The Locks.
Exactly.
Biggie.
I would have loved to hear the Locks' perspective.
Mace. I think I know Mace spoke out, but to me, him and Cameron to me act like clowns lately. That's what they come off as. They just I know it's all a facade. A lot of this stuff is to get clout, to sell stuff. But I was never a big fan of Cameron. I like Mace, but I was never a big fan of Cameron. I just didn't like his he always came off like a show off. I don't know what
I get you.
Typical word is the aggrandizement word. But yeah, he just never, just like somebody's always got to show you. And then you know what was even worse? He got in that movie Paid in Full.
Okay.
And when he did Paid in Full, he played a character that was almost, because Paid in Full is a true story, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's a true story that happened, and he played one of the guys in the thing, and he played a pretty good role. And I hated him even more after that. But it's because he did a good job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He did it right. So
But his personality matches up with dude that he played in the movie. And I always kind of just never really liked him. I mean, he had a couple decent songs he did back in the day.
Yeah.
But he
wasn't.
Now Mace was the artist, man. And now, and another thing is, I never knew until last year or the year before that Mace wrote all the stuff. Like he wrote a lot. And he never got credit for he's getting credit for the shit now. But there was a lot of stuff that he was writing that I didn't know he was writing like that. Like even the song on Bad Boys.
Yeah.
He wrote that. Mace wrote that. For the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mace wrote that.
Damn.
But yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man. He wrote stuff for like Little C's, Kim, all these cats. He was the one writing.
Yeah.
And Diddy was only giving them like 10,000 a song. And these songs was winning Grammys. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, there wasn't like he wrote a song that we made it, but it never made the album. Nah, these was Grammy winning songs.
So question is, and I know because Mace is a pastor. but I know he wasn't caught up into that stuff. You know?
Do you know?
I don't think so because he got out.
Wait. Remember what you started this conversation with. How many pastors were on their knees? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we
I
bring
think
it back. Now we bring wait. Now we bring it back around. You said Mace a pastor, but I
right.
don't think. But
That's
I
why I
don't
brought
think
it
he
up.
was involved in it. Is he now?
Because that's why I kind of think because they said pastors or pastor, but
S- Right. So when was I don't think Mace became a pastor till after he went through that life
yeah,
changing experience.
right. And it's probably what he's seen. What makes someone
So
quit the
you
industry?
think he got diddied?
Nah, I don't think so because he would have been saying it straight up front.
Bruh, we talked about that. How many victims are never gonna come forward?
Yo, trust
Like
me.
like like who's when like somebody in that type of atmosphere, who's gonna come out and tell that this happened to me? They ain't gonna talk. He gonna take that to the grave. I can guarantee you that.
Man, I'll be honest. I think Mace could talk, and I think it's his story to tell. So I'm
Yeah,
not
but
even
I
going to
don't.
speculate.
I wouldn't see that. Like, yeah, I wouldn't speculate it either. But I just don't see. These are the stuff that Gene was talking about, where he said that a lot of people won't come out in situations like that. You think? You think after all the stuff he said, he's gonna come out and say, "Yeah, did he rape me one night? Was in the booth. He raped me one night. Was in the booth, and this happened. Whatever." He ain't gonna come out and say that. He ain't gonna come out and say he got rugged. No. It never happened. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure some one of these artists says it happened to, and a lot of them ain't gonna end up saying nothing
Yeah,
because there's no with the intensity that he was doing it. There's no way he didn't do that to everyone.
that's crazy.
Everyone,
That's crazy.
dude.
Crazy.
If you even shook his hand,
Yep.
you might you might have got hit.
When we walk into the car, like, damn, I feel good as hell today.
Yeah, everything start feeling warm. You just,
Damn.
ooh, what is this? I'm
Start rubbing
feeling
all on your chest, like, what the fuck? I'm
nice.
feeling good.
Yo, did you ever
Like
watch the
Martin
movie
go
Get Him
ahead.
to the Greek?
Nah.
Try and watch that movie if you get a chance. It's called Get Him to the Greek. It's a good movie. And when you watch that movie, you're gonna see exactly who P. Diddy is. He's in the movie. He plays himself in the movie.
Okay.
And it's with Jonah Hill, um, Russell Brand. It's watch it. Oh, it's I'm telling you, don't watch it with the kids, but
Nah.
watch it, and you're gonna really see like there's so many things from this case and these cases that's in the goddamn movie. And it was a movie he produced. It's his one of his movies. Yeah. And
Self snitching, huh?
you see the Dolce or whatever it's called, the
Yeah.
drink, that's the drink, pink Dolce or whatever. He has
Yeah.
that in the movie too. Because when he met them in Vegas, he got them messed up so they can get to the LA Coliseum to perform, or the LA the bowl or whatever it is to perform. The guy
Yeah.
was a rock star, and when they got to Vegas, man, he literally had them so cranked up they had to take adrenaline. And yeah, that joint was crazy, but it really it shows exactly how he lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I never forgot that junk. And now I see people are posting about it because there's a couple scenes in there when he compromised other people with dildos and all kinds of shit, like just weird stuff where you just be like, why is that in that scene? It shouldn't even been there, you know? And the stuff like when Little Rod was talking about he sends young Miami's sister in the bathroom to basically give him head. He didn't want it, but basically Diddy was doing it to shame him, kind of. She told her, "You better go do it," and basically she tried, but he kept pushing her off, and it was like laughing at him and all kind of stuff. Well, there's a part in the movie where he sends this girl to take care of Jonah Hill upstairs, right? They go upstairs, just him and her, and all of a sudden, Jonah Hill's sitting there, and she sticks a dildo in his mouth. And he's like, "Did you Purell that thing?" You know what I'm saying? And he was like, basically like, "Why do you have a dildo?" You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of one of those movies where you'd be like, "What?" Like he sent her upstairs to take care of him, but she pulls that out. I mean, it's part of the movie scene. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
his movie, and when you hear about some of these cases and the things that he does, and you watch the movie, because he'll randomly do stuff like that because of the power, and he just think he could control everything around him. So
Yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah.
yeah, yo, it's one of the movies where you get some good laughs. And there's a scene in there where they're rubbing the carpet because they were all on that stuff, and it was like rubbing the carpet, and everybody was like, it was pretty funny. But check that junk out here. Get him to the Greek. It's called.
Yeah. Ah, I gotta go
But
finish eating my food.
yeah, man, we could wrap it up there, man. The Suge is he telling his. I mean, shit. He got what 18 years ago.
Yeah,
He
something
he
like that.
is if he got any parole. Does he have parole?
Nah, I didn't get any of those facts, but he got a 20-year sentence, so
He got 20 years.
28-year sentence. He
Or
already did 10.
28. You think he'll
Yeah,
get
he
out
already
on
did
good
10.
behavior?
Probably that's why he talking so much and he being vocal.
I wonder if, well, I'm sure the feds talk to him
Probably.
because, shoot, when you already locked up, I mean, it ain't hard to find you.
Yeah. But he did give some good feedback where he kind of tell him you don't want to be on suicide watch because you're naked in a cell.
You
And
making
that ain't
what?
no kind of life. That is no kind of life, bro.
You on suicide watch?
Yeah, that's what he was explaining. I was like, wow. He said when you're on suicide watch, you don't get no clothes, no drawers, no. You just naked in a cell. You
What?
just naked in a cell. Think about that.
Ooh. Well,
People don't understand the gravity of
so
that.
now they take all your clothes now, so you can't even unalive yourself.
No sheet, nothing like that. You're just in a cell naked. In a cell naked.
Ooh. No wonder he got off suicide watch or SI watch. I don't know what the YouTube thing is for that yet. But man, well, I didn't know that's what they do to you, but now that I know,
Yeah, he explained it. That's what I was like, wow. He said he don't want to
bruh,
do that. He don't want to do that. That's not a lifestyle he want to live. You know?
wow.
That's not a lifestyle. But let's call this one here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Guess we're gonna black out here. I was gonna try to